Because of past regulations, it was it was a challenge for businesses to obtain grants. Okay. It was very challenging for Jesus. I didn't want all of this to pop up. All right. I got to learn how to take away this border. All right. It was very challenging at one time, you guys, to obtain grants for businesses pre-COVID, right? But now you have an opportunity to tap into the resources that I'm going to reveal before we actually open up the grant applications and begin to do these applications. So I pray that all of you have your laptop. Okay, I have my laptop right here. But I'm going to be doing, I'm going to do everything on the big screen so you all can see it. And as I'm typing, you open up your screen and you'll see exactly what is being asked, how to fill it out, and you're going to fill it out with your information. I'm going to have a dummy information, okay? Because I've already submitted various grants already. So I'm pretty aware of what is needed. And that's why when you register, it's a required for you to have your laptop, have your information ready, because some of it may save it and you can go back and complete it. And then some, they are so streamlined and simple, we can do it and submit it right here tonight, okay? So you are in the grant strategy section with Ervin Management Group, how to fill out government grants successfully. Today's discussion, our key points is our welcome, the introduction, the different services, the purpose of a grant, and how to contact me, Danielle Ervin, the founder and CEO of Ervin Management Group. Tonight, we're going to look at the LegalZoom grant, which is a recurring grant. And also, I didn't put this in the presentation, but some may know, some may not know, but right now they have over $87 billion. Well, really, it's $1.7 trillion, but they have split that up in different divisions of business. Mostly 85 billion of those dollars have been distributed for small businesses. So what has happened, these major companies have tapped into their reservoir, right? But the requirement is for them to be awarded government contracts, they have to allocate at least 35% of that funding to certified businesses. With that said, some are distributing the funds through grants, which I'm going to assist you all tonight with, okay, or today with. So these are recurring grants for the next 5 years. You have Tarjay committed to 5 years to help 1 million small businesses through different, do their program in marketing and retail. You have Chase Bank, you have Verizon, you have various companies, Shell, most of the oil industry, okay? Then you have these many small development centers right in your community, which I'm going to show you all how to just go and register. It will behoove you to do that, okay? It will save you so much money, all right? Because I want you to understand that they have a vast of promotions and email, okay, targeting your social media for your business. With that said, it's because they know that the funding is there and most individuals not aware of it. However, with that said, it's a process, you all, okay? And so what has um, Ervin Management Group mission, our mission is we have a goal too. This year, my goal is to help new businesses, 100 new businesses, to start, structure, and scale it up by way of, government grants, and prepare you and sustain you so you can be credible and fundable and sustainable by obtaining government contracts for your business. But we have to reel it in, okay, and do this step by step. So because of that, these are the ones we're going to look at tonight. The Legal Zoom has reoccurring, so they have opened up their process tonight. Process again for this first quarter. We have the Texas Travel Reimbursement Grant that has opened up into the fifth segment of their giving out up to $20,000, you all. And believe me, they stated that they're not going to be meticulous, but the first round, I've received so many calls that they need this. Some of them have to amend their tax return because of the date, they NAT code, or their address. So even though if you go on YouTube, it's there, type it in. And he's going to explain everything, but now it's time to do the work. So that's why I say, you know what? I'm going to help serve the community and show them literally how this works. So I already have a step-by-step video for that. You just go on ervinmanagementgroup.com, do the resources, and look for November Texas Travel Grant Session, okay? And you go ahead and register, obtain that, and you won't just get that session. I always give more. So there will have probably 3 other grant opportunities and other information that I share on every cohort section. You will always get some little special treats from Dr. D. You're going to also learn how to do business with the federal government. I'm going to show you guys where to go to do that. ACC has a business program, which behooves me again. Look, it's there for us, you guys, all right? You just have to block out at least a half an hour or an hour for the week. Block out that time and go through these courses. I'm telling you, these courses that you can get for free, they have major gurus are charging people $25,000 and more. Yes, for the same thing that you can take time out. All right, let's not be anxious, to think that, oh, I'm gonna go over here because they making more money and you paying them more money. And at the end of the day, you still got to do the work. You still have to put your hands to the plow and get your business going. All right. So let's bring it in. Take a deep breath, and we're going to go forward, and we're going to get everything that God wants you to have. All right. You also register with the grants.gov and the USDA. They have many fundings. That's at a whole nother stage of the process, but I'm just going to share with you all. And then for the faith-based businesses, you also can qualify for the travel recovery grant. But the thing about both entities, we'll go through it, okay? I'm going to show you how you can register your nonprofit with the volunteer match and register your nonprofit with the God Star. Even with that, it's stipulations, all right? About me, I'm the founder and CEO of Ervin Management Group. I'm an author and missionary. I'm a small business advocate for the National Small Business Alliance. I love the Lord thy God with all my heart, and that's why I'm able to share all this wonderful information with you all, because if it wasn't for him teaching me and showing me how to build my business, I won't be able to effectively show you all what to do and how to do it. I'm also the director of Redeemed by the Blood Ministries, which we have some major, next month we will be starting our campaign for the colorectal cancer survivor awareness program. I'm also part of the domestic violence advocate, and we have a community outreach with the ministry. I'm a mother of 4 adult children. I'm a grandmother of 5, 4 awesome boys and a sassy princess, my little one, and I love skating and traveling with my family. This is why I do what I do. This is why I want you to be able to do what you have your heart desire, so you can spend time with your family and really be all that you need to be according to what God has called you to be. As you heard in the beginning of the presentation, that God wants you to be your authentic self, and you have value. You have so much potential on the inside, but you just need that boost. You just need that motivator. You need someone that's really going to put hands on with you and help you. And that's why I can do what I do. I love what I do, but we also have a process. Our mission is helping the community to solve their tax problems by teaching people how to fill out and submit an accurate return, and educating micro businesses and faith-based organizations about your financial responsibility. I'm bringing this up because no matter how you go about doing your business, it's gonna go, the common ground is your taxes, okay? Even with grants, they're gonna ask you for different numbers on that tax return. Some may even ask, once you're approved, they're gonna wanna see that you file your taxes. Why? Because it alleviates a lot of those scams and the fraud. And I always say this every time I do a presentation, because of the rapid schemes and shell companies from the Paycheck Protection Program that came out of the CARES Act 2021, underneath the old administration, people just took advantage of it. And now it's going to bite a lot of individuals. So now going forward, companies, they want to see if you really in business. And that's my outro of all of my presentations. I'm just saying, are you in business or is it just a hobby? Because if it's a business, you're going to structure it properly and be able to gain all the resources that's due to you. I could tell the client that filing a tax or business tax return will allow them to take advantage of several different cash flows, which I'm going to share, and lower their tax income to be able to invest more in their business and build a financial future for their family. Now, what are the benefits of filing a tax return, you guys? All right, we excited. I know some like, okay, I'm ready to do these grants, Dr. D. I mean, hey, look, we can do the grants. You have investors. You can even be allocated bids for government contracts. But if you don't have this main thing covered, that's going to block you no matter who you pay. It's all going to come back down to those tax returns. Okay. And so it's imperative, and it will be a major hindrance. It's like biting off your own foot or your own hand. I don't know how that really go. But it would do that because at the end of it, everybody going to ask you for that tax return. Okay, you're not going to avoid your tax obligations. However, there are steps and codes that will help you leverage your business activities. What you don't know always will hurt you. My people perish for a lack of knowledge. And because they reject the knowledge, we don't finish the rest of that scripture. But because you reject knowledge, God reject you and he will reject your children. Go read it. That's when I heard that, I was like, oh, God, help me. I don't want to reject the knowledge that you are presenting to me, right? So here are a few areas that will be available when you do report or file your taxes. you have funding opportunities. It will also build your Social Security fund. It will help you with your child's education. You can purchase a home when you complete your tax return. You can obtain a business loan for your business, which I'm going to talk about that later. You can apply for grants, which is free money. You'll be able to build on government contracts. You'll have some sort of financial report to demonstrate to a financial investor that may want to be a solid partner, right? You would, when you file your taxes, it will help you develop your financial statements. If you avoid your taxes, this is what will happen. You will create a lien on your Social Security number. You will also accrue penalties and late fees. And yes, it will hinder your credit. So I know they have other programs that are out there about different additional tax benefits, tax codes, trusts, life insurance. All of that is underneath a tax filing that is available. But as I shared with a group yesterday, I'm teaching what I know. As I grow, I teach what I know. And as I grow, I teach what I know. And because I teach what I know, I'm growing and the results are there. And now I can share it. And then I will continue on teaching and growing and teaching. Okay. So we're not here to go back and forth. This is where you are. This is where I am. And we are going places, you guys. And I want you to be able to achieve everything that you need to build that business or that faith-based organization. Now, what is a grant? A grant, a grant is free money. A grant comes from various organizations that have received funding that helps sustain a small region to build an economy in whatever industry that you are applying in. A grant is literally access to funding that you do not have to pay back. I need everybody to say that. You do not have to pay back. Yes, free money. Now, it may not be free to the point where you have to take your time. Time is priceless. You have to do some research, okay? So overall, it's worth it. And another reason why I advocate for grants, because a lot of us, most individuals that start a business, especially if you're a startup, I just got off a funding call yesterday, a webinar, and I put it in there because they teach, don't commingle, even myself, don't commingle, but yet they're pulling from your personal to approve you for your business. So it's like a catch-22, but through Ervin Management Group, we teach our business owners how to make sure that you have everything line upon line, precept upon precept. So when you need to go and apply for that loan, they'll be able to, if they go and pull your credit, it'll be at that 680 mark because that's what they're looking for. Now, I heard yesterday that they have lowered because of the regulations. The Biden administration have signed an executive order to small businesses in the marginalized community to bring that weight down. So you can acquire a business loan at 580 above with stipulations though. Stipulations there. So that's why I'm an advocate for grants. So far, God has blessed well. The last 2 years, I've been living off grant funding. Yes. And I want you to be able to do the same because you have your personal income. You may have a low and peak season in your business. You should be able to tell that from your financials. And sometimes you have to take from your personal and invest that money, that little pocket of money, okay, to maintain some operating expenses or use some, or you need access to some working capital if you want to make an investment or something. Okay, and that's I'll be able to explain that more through consultation, but that's what a grant is. It's free money. How to qualify for a grant. You must have a business or faith-based venture active formation. It has to be in working process. Okay, I hear a lot of people, most people say, oh, I want to do this, or I'm doing this. Or I was on a call last year in class. We had our class, and a young lady literally was doing, she was doing a nonprofit organization. She called herself a nonprofit, which she was doing phenomenal work in the community. But guess what? She never formed it. It never got registered, even as a DBA. You know, it's not even going to hurt you to start off as a DBA, right? But as I stated earlier, is this going to be a something you plan on building and sustaining? Then that's when you get into the structure part, okay? And so on the call, the individuals was really got disturbed because the other classmates was asking various questions, and I believe she I don't know if she had felt intimidated or whatever, but the whole point is, you guys, you have to register some kind of way, all right? And this would be a blessing. So register that business if you have to do it as a DBA. Register that nonprofit so it can be on record, you all, and it begins to build longevity, meaning you'll have some years behind your work. It doesn't matter if it don't make a profit. IRS will give you 3 years, folks, to build that business, to sustain that faith-based organization, okay? So you take your resources and let's document. Let's make sure that we document and file those business activities on that tax return so you can be a credible, sustainable, and functional entity, okay? Know your products, know your services, and who you serve. You have to have a target market to apply for a grant, because that's what's going to literally get you up against, remember now, you have thousands of people applying for a grant. So when you do this, when we go and start doing these applications, you don't need to be saying, well, I'm gonna just do it just to see. Well, guess what? You just counted yourself out. You got to do them. You got to fill out that, get on that computer, say in the name of Jesus, or thank you, Lord, I'm going to have this money to do my grant. You know, I'm going to do my assignment. Thank you, Father, for the funds. I can buy my equipment. That's, hey, I'm giving y'all some secrets, y'all. You must spend that grant funds on which you apply. And when you apply for one, then you're going to do it all over again. Oh, yes. You're going to build that momentum, okay? When you do one grant and they say, oh, at this time, we ran out of funds or you haven't been selected, don't let that discourage you. And I have a disclaimer also in the beginning. I should have had it at the beginning, but Dr. D is not a grant approver designate. These cohorts is here to educate and help you to fill out these grants. But I am not the one that guarantee that you will get one. But I will say, you build your momentum, learn about how to go about obtaining these grants, you become better and better and better. And that's why every month I'm here, and every one that you see on that resource page, we have done different grants. And when you register, then you're going to begin, yes, you're going to begin to receive those notifications because you're registered, right? Now, when you apply for a grant, these are the details that you must have, all right? You have to have your specific target audience, who you are serving, how you plan to pay for the project, right? So that means you have to have your budget. Even with a business, you got to have a budget. what items you need to run your business. If this is a new startup, what is your startup cost? Okay, because your startup cost is literally everything you need to get the business started. And you may not even have the money, but that's the time that you can allocate. Okay, so what I'm gonna be doing? Should I have a home-based business? Which nothing's wrong with a home-based business. You just have to structure that business so you can have an allocated space. I did, you can go on a YouTube channel, Urban Management Group on a YouTube, and I have a whole segment on there, how to allocate home business, a home office, all right? You have to be clear about how you're going to spend that money within your project, okay? You should, now when all of this happens, you're going to be clear about how you're going to use the money pertaining to the eligibility of the grant. Because I'm going to tell you guys, people get all happy, oh, I want to get money, I want to get a grant. Oh, and then when you get, oh, I got a grant, yeah, I got the money, I got the 10,000, I got the 20,000, and then 3 years later, they may say, oh, we appreciate you on your success for your business. We like to follow up. Can you send us your projections, or what did you do with the money? They're gonna want to see what you did with that money, because they have a law that didn't pass. A lot of individuals are not taking heed of all of the financial transactions that are happening, but behind the legislation, they can go back and retrieve information to see if you say you stay in business, what are you doing? What type of assets you have? What is the functionality of your business? What did you do with the money that you acquired from us? So it's best at that time to have everything I dotted, T crossed, have it filed and keep it. Now, IRS teaches us through our training that you can keep your paperwork for 3 years. Banking establishments say it's 5. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm still old school. I'm keeping my stuff for 10 years. I've seen where they have asked people for information that they applied 10 years ago. What? Yes. So when different situations arise within your business, that's why it's always good, you all, to structure it from the beginning. We all try to get our little hustle on, but in the midst of you getting your hustle on, let's structure that hustle properly so we can have our paperwork lined up, file it for each year so you can go back and retrieve it. You should hear back from the grantor within a few weeks or months after you send that application in, and they will let you if the grant application have been approved. You can expect to receive whatever how that you fill out, if they're going to do a direct deposit or ACH, or they're going to send you a check. And if not, we just wait till we reapply. I'm telling you all, I applied for Comcast Rise was giving out computers or marketing grants for your business during the COVID, right? Or the pandemic. 3 times denied. Guess what? When they sent me the email, I filled it out. Guess what? I got it on the 4th time. So be encouraged, you all. Don't let one no, okay, deter you. The whole thing is a numbers game. It's still a numbers game. On your job, in your workplace, in sales and marketing, it's still a numbers game. You go out, you send out 100 applications. Out of those 100 applications, one gonna say yes. Now here's some community partners, and then we're gonna go into it. Because normally this session usually lasts about an hour and a half and an hour. And I just want you all to understand the dynamics and the benefits of having a grant. As I stated earlier, most individuals that starting out will not qualify for a business loan. And a loan, what's the difference between a grant and a loan? A grant, you don't have to pay back. A loan, you have to pay back with an interest. And most of you, if you have a vehicle or you have a home or you borrow money from the bank for other personal reasons, you're going to have interest on that. You have a principal and an interest. Okay. And you're going to be paying back at least 1/3 additionally to what you borrow. With a grant, that's your money. Now, yes, they're probably going to send you a tax form, but guess what? You have expenses. You can write that off. And I can show you all how to do that when you schedule a consultation with me through Ervin Management Group. .com. You just go over there and set up that discovery call. And within that 15 minutes, be able to know where you're going, what you need. And then we'll make our observation to see if you are willing or you are ready to work, because we're going to get it done. We're not going to play patty cake. So here you have the small business development center. They have one in every state and in your city, and within your city they have one. You just have to put in your zip code, right? Put in your zip code, and we're gonna go there. But I'm not gonna toggle back and forth my screen because I'm still learning how to use this technology, y'all. Okay, so this is a great resource, a free resources. You also can go in person and sit in classes. Now, some of the classes, they do have a fee, but it's not it's not astronomical, meaning you're not gonna pay $7,000-8,000 to go sit in these classes. You probably pay no more than $40. All right, but that's an investment, and because it's pertaining to your business, you can write that off because it's part of your education in your business. The Lift Fund, Ervin Management Group received a grant through Lift Fund. They also have resources that help you build your knowledge in how to sustain your business. It's phenomenal, you guys. I learned so much from partner with these agencies. You also have SCORE. You also have SBA. A lot of the things that are being taught, you can go right online. And yes, I'm telling you all, go online because you want to hear more than one voice. I encourage people to go online because I already know what my job is. I'm here to share the information with you. Okay. And the information that I am sharing, of course, they have a small economical fee with it, of course, because I'm sharing my knowledge with you. But these partners, community partners, they literally get with you. You can get a mentor. They'll say, okay, you have to do this, this, this. Tell them what you want. Tell them what you want to do. And they'll literally sit there, okay, these are the steps that you have to take. Okay, they're going to email that to you. Now, guess what? You still got to do the work. You're still going to have to pull your credit. You're still going to have to make the correction on your credit. You're still going to have to file your taxes. You're still going to have to get all of your documents together. You're still going to have to learn your industry, my people. You're still going to have to do the work. Now, yes, Ervin Management Group have a retention service that help individuals do the paperwork. Okay, that's the services that we provide. But I still am on the phone. I'm still sending you emails. You still have to give it to us so we can make that collective file for you so you can have access to it. And you won't have to it's just a lot of things that you still have to do. And because of these partners, you can now go and get certified. Okay, I'm an advocate for the Women's Business Enterprise Network because they open up all type of avenues, opportunities. That's what I'm going to say. They have so many opportunities, you guys, when you get certified through them. Okay, and I'm going to show you all that link. Now, when you ask for funding, you have to have, and it's just an example that I've done, and this is literally how I obtain my grants, because this is what they're looking for. They're looking for innovation. They're looking for how you're going to reach the online market, and how are you going to help somebody else? Okay. And so my main goal for this year is to get Urban Management Group an app that will not only expand our target audience, but it will increase our sales. They're looking to see how you're going to create cash flow. All right. I need more market exposure because I really don't know the lingo with the marketing and social media, it's just so much, right? So that's in my goals. They want to see that. And then as we growing, I have to hire individuals. So job creation and maintaining payroll. Because if you create a job for somebody, you gotta pay them, right? And so these are some 3 major factors, you all, that you want to make sure you put on that grant application, why you need the money. What are you asking money for? Not just, I just want to start a business. Okay, what kind of business? I want to do baskets. I want to do flowers. Okay, so how is the flowers going to impact the community? And what type of flowers? They have all type of flowers. Some people have a niche with orchids. Some people have a niche with roses. Come on now. I'm stretching you. Okay, you didn't pay for this course just to hear me speak. You pay for this course because you want to come out the box. You want to obtain that grant. When we get over to that part and fill out them applications, I want your mind should be clicking about right now. You have to be very specific and strategic when you go, because remember, you have thousands of other millions of people applying for the same grant that you're applying for. So what's going to be your differential? What's going to cause you to stick out? All right, to get this, to be awarded that funding. And these are the 3 main areas that I've been working, and it's have not failed me yet. Now, what Urban Management Services provide, we provide tax preparation and planning. We will review your present personal and business data of your annual financial documents for submission to IRS. That's following that tax return. All right. We also have business consultation within your industry and do a compliance review. So whatever your industry is, we will assess that, implement a strategy plan for you with a timeline and objective with data completion. I needed my tea and I didn't have my lemon. Oh my gosh, I've been talking all day. All right. And so with that, you all, this is the very crucial part here. Doing that consultation, getting it all out. All right. And when we do that, then that will develop your financial documents. We will review it, develop the financials to help you prepare for your quarterly and annual business reports. That's your P&L, that's your profit and loss statements, and your investments. All of that is comprised of with the bookkeeping and the accounting. That's your financial data. And banks want to see them financial documents. I had an individual last week that texted me and had needed the financial statements. But at that time, I was like, okay, well, I just did taxes for you. I asked you about your accounting. You was not able to render services for that. So that's a whole nother area, but we do provide that for you all. And going forward, we have the leadership development area where we're launching the e-courses. This is one of the e-courses right here. All right. And to help support the growth of our clients throughout a 12-month period. That means every month I will be implementing the grant class. We also have a 10-week course process that's going on right now. We're in phase 1 that's assisting individuals to get certified. Those are some tangible documents that they have to incur, and I'm going to show you the website with that. And it's a lot of other statements within the statements that you're going to need, that you hear all the fluff, and I'm saying fluff because I'm watching it. I set in some of the webinars, and I'm like, okay, why is they not telling these people the truth? And so they get excited, you paying thousands and thousands of dollars, and then at the end of the day, I'm still getting the phone calls. Oh, I think I need help to do this because they told me, and I had to share it with somebody. I'm like, well, no, I believe you, if you paid them that amount of money, they should be able to help you with that because it's still a fee over here. You see, so let's make it make sense. Let's not have anxiety. Let's not have itching ears. Let's go ahead and build our businesses. Let's build our faith-based organization. Let's have that solid foundation so we can go forward and thrive with this, you guys, and let the glory of God shine over our endeavors. Here at Ervin Management Group, we are certified. We're not trying to get certified. We're not just telling you, okay, this is the list that you need. We are certified in 10 major certifications. With that, we can assist you to do the same thing. Now, briefly, these is our services, and our rates begin in range in between tax preparation and planning. You can have a basic tax return all the way up to a corporate tax return. All right. Leadership development program package. This is that phase that we are in right now. Okay. It can start off as a consultation for just $297, but to go through that whole process, okay, we do have deposits that you can make, and we have a payment plan to assist you as we go. So it's a pay as you go, but you have to put a deposit down to get it started. The business compliance and industry compliance review, that's that strategy plan that I discussed earlier, that you literally going to get whatever you need from Ervin Management Group to help you with, to bring that dream alive. We're going to structure it and plan and sit there and have a timeline on it. Now, of course, life gonna hit. And that's one thing I want you all to remember. Life is gonna hit. But see, that's where the grit come in. When life hit, you gotta have that grit, y'all. Come on. Gotta have that grit to go through it. And then the financial package. The financial package is the accounting. All right. The accounting, it can start off with just a sole proprietor, entrepreneur, independent contractor. Okay, you really don't have no vendors, you don't have payroll, but then as you grow, things grow. All right. And so these are the packages that Ervin Management have for you to utilize our services. Now, to contact us is 832-573-3095. We have a secure fax number that if you have to ever send us any documents, use that secure fax line, and I will get the alert, and then my assistant will be able to retrieve those documents and we begin to work. All right. I just want to first commend you all for taking time out to say, you know what, I want to change. I want to build my business properly. I want to be able to have access to funding. You know what, Dr. D is right. It's time for me to structure my business properly so I can obtain these funds that's out here. And you guys, the funds are out there. Okay. So now let's get into, if you have any questions, always feel free to email me. You can also put it in the chat. I'm gonna also add the links to the chat when we go to these different websites. If you all would need to take a quick 5-minute break, because now we're about to get to work. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. It's time to get to work. I'm gonna minimize this. And I'm going to get me some water. You all go get y'all tea. And I can close this. And we're going to open up the website.